Breakfast, Alex? Oh my god, making me seem like a meal. How you doing, Javolt? How you guys doing? Clan, how you doing? FR, ZX, Snickrep, Ardang. Ardang, I don't know if you saw the stream the other day, but I was using the mug. It's so much fun, and honestly, that anti-knockover feature is kind of legit. Always a snack? Excuse me? Hi Red, how you doing? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, guys. It's so weird here in Toronto. I don't know how to describe
Alex.
this.
Haven't been here for a while.
Huntex. Dude, you don't have to worry about that. Oh my god, dude, don't even stress about not being here, man. I'm just happy to be here now with you guys. Thanks so much for the sub, and thank you guys. I saw some follows earlier before the stream started, and thank you to everyone who followed. I really appreciate you. Thank you, Red. Thank you, Zemp. Thank you, guys. Dude, we had hail yesterday. We had, my hair's a disaster. We had hail. We had little pellets, and one bounced off the inside of my glasses and hit my eye. It was crazy. Yeah, that too. You had hail too? Zyro, thank you so much for the raid. How you doing? Bonjour. How you guys doing today? I hope everyone's having a good one. Hope everyone's having a delightful day today. All hail the almighty. Oh my goodness. What's up, NCF? Bonjour. How you guys doing? Comment ça va? Dude, I need to get a haircut today, and I think I need to shave. What time is it there? 1 p.m. almost. I need to do a combo of the two today because my hair is getting pretty crazy, dude. Très bien. I'm doing pretty good. I don't know, man. Today's been a pretty slow start to the day. I woke up, I did some maintenance to some stuff, was just checking like back-end things for my website because some of my website stuff felt a little off this morning. That was really it. It was just like standard maintenance and just normal stuff. Shave the beard, keep the stash. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave the mustache a little long and then shave the rest of the beard off here. How are you guys doing? The snow looked crazy. I don't know what it is. Yesterday, the inside of our condo was 25.5 Celsius, but then outside was cool, and now today, the inside of our condo is cold to the point where I have to wear a sweater, but it's actually not that cold outside. Like, it is 10 degrees Celsius outside. It's not freezing cold. So it feels like the same yesterday, but now we just have like swapped internal temps. It's weird. We don't get AC until they turn it on. So we have one of those condo units where like they have to, not enable the AC, but like they have to, what's the word I'm looking for? It has to be the seasonal changeover for it, which we haven't quite hit yet. So we're waiting still. Finally built my Bauer Light with Nixies. It's such a good keyboard, dude. It is so good. Also, I am so excited for Tuesday. I cannot wait for the next episode of Shogun. I need to watch what happens with Shogun. No spoilers, please. But I am so excited. Can I redeem my hair combing? No, today is just messy hair. Today is, I showered, I didn't use a hair dryer, and this is what happens. The hair does not stay in one spot. Today we are doing the Altair from Cannon Keys, by the way. I have a feeling I'm gonna really like this. I think there are some good points to this board, and I'm excited to try something a little different because, you know, we really don't do split keyboards here on this channel. And oops, wrong button. And I have a feeling with the stuff that's kind of implemented in this board, we have a pretty unique gasketing system. The build looks extremely easy. And then I think just the overall aesthetic of this, you know, it's an AIO3 board, so very pretty. Thank you, Act, I appreciate that. I think we're really gonna like this today, but we're still gonna go over it because this is, it's a more, actually, you know what? I would even consider this not to be a crazy expensive project. I believe it retails, or it's gonna start at $315 if I'm getting that price right off the top of my head. Let me double check, just so I'm not lying to you guys. Yeah, $315 for this one, and if you guys want the smaller 4-row split ergo, it's $300 for that one there. And it does come in, I think, 3 colors only. Rose gold, E-white, and dark gray. Any good in-stock boards? There are tons right now. What are you looking for, like, size-wise? Yeah, I don't know. I think it's gonna look nice. I think this is gonna be a very pretty board once we get this all dressed up. Mr. Geo, I think, took a look at this exact color. I don't know what his thoughts were. I unfortunately couldn't catch all of that stream. I only tuned in towards the middle, I believe. But this will be my new board for work. Well, the cool thing about this, and I'm considering getting one, strictly for the purpose of my gaming setup, is, okay, so let's go over this board a little bit, and we can talk a little bit more of like nonsense stuff afterwards. Yeah, I also like their two sizes of this neon. So each PCB is going to have their own MCU. We'll kind of touch on that first, because there's a lot of stuff going on with this release. So each PCB is going to have their own MCU, which you can see here, and then the other PCB is still in the bubble wrap, and they take that out. Meaning, you don't need to actually plug them together, you can just have them operate independently. Which might be good for me because I am very low on space. My gaming desk is this big. Like, I am not even kidding, it is around this big, and even with the 60, it's really cramped. And I never really use the whole keyboard, so I was considering just getting one of these for my gaming desk and then having a lot more mouse space. So I think if we hired a hairstylist to do your hair while you build a keyboard, it could revolutionize the keyboard Twitch game. Is my hair really that bad today? I thought it was okay. That's why I didn't bother like really rushing to go shower again. You don't game at this desk? No, I don't. I'm trying to keep. Okay, here's my thought process, a little off topic from talking about, you know, the size and MCUs of the two PCBs here. Very off topic, and I apologize. I try to keep work and a little bit of the gaming stuff separate, because honestly, if I play video games at this desk, I start to feel like everything bleeds together, like work, gaming, and then just like, it's very confusing. Like, you sit in this room and you feel like you want to chill then afterwards, but you can't because it's a work room. So I set up a little desk right next to my bed, basically. So nice. Docky, thank you so much for the Prime. I really appreciate you using that here. Thank you, thank you. The other thing is this is going to be hot swap with no stabilizers. I believe there's 0 stabs on this. So this is going to be extremely easy to assemble. It's also a one-piece aluminum shell for this too, other than the weight. I guess it's considered two-piece because of the weight, but we'll just call it a one-piece for simplicity's sake here. So everything just goes nicely in the keyboard shell, which I think is actually really neat. I think this is going to be, again, I haven't built one myself yet. We're doing that today, clearly. This is probably going to be very easy to assemble. In fact, I'm going to try to take it a little bit slower today on stream just because I don't feel like rushing, but aesthetically, this board's actually pretty nice as well. We have a little blocker over here, well, a little separator or whatever you want to call this, little groove over here. And then a lot of curves going on with this too, which that's probably why they went with the one piece, so they can do a lot more without having to do 2 separate pieces on this. Omnitype, thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. Hope you're doing well, Omnitype. If you guys don't know, Omnitype's one of our sponsors here, lovely human being. And then we have a little curve here on the rear of the keyboard, so it has a bit of a side profile too, which is nice. And kind of mimics that curve here as well with just a little indentation here. What's really nice about this is this gradual curve. This reminds me a bit of the Andromeda here on the back. AIO3 seems to be really into these kind of gradual fade-offs over here, which I think is gorgeous. We have the AIO3 logo, which you guys can see. Camera wants to focus. We have some recessed USB-C ports. They're pretty spacious, which is nice, because again, this is going to take a lot of USB-Cs. You know, you're going to have one connecting the two if you decide to go that, and then potentially one from this end or from this end. So it is nice that they made these a bit more spacious, which should allow, we'll test it afterwards, some of the thicker USB-C heads over here to kind of fit in. And then we have the weight, which is nice. It's pretty simple. Although I think my only gripe with this is I don't know why it has to say Altair on both weights. Like, I get that if you want to use one, but it just seems a little redundant to do it on both. I would have maybe liked Altair and then some sort of logo on the other one. I always nitpick on stuff like this though. I don't know why that is. And then you got some steps in the weight as well, which looks nice. What colors and materials will be available? So for colors, the only colors I know of, unless they're going to add more afterwards to the Altair, is going to be E-White, this color here, which I believe they're calling dark gray, and rose gold. The Altair X is going to be the exact same colors, just smaller. I have pretty much seen all these colors from Canon Keys. This seems to be their standard lineup of colors. The rose gold is very pretty if it's anything like the Andromeda, because I have the rose gold Andromeda and it's gorgeous. So it seems to be, again, their standard fare of colors. What does Altair stand for? If it stands for something, I am not too sure. Are the weights otherwise identical? Might have been easiest to do one version of the weight. You're right, it could have cut down on costs, but actually, are they identical? No, they're not. No. The only thing that might be identical is if you... Actually, no, they're not identical. So it would have been cool to see if they could have just milled something into the other one. What's up, Krydar? How you doing, dude? Oh, man. Dude, if they had done a PC option for this, I'm with you on that, bro. I am so with you. That would have been so dope for this keyboard. I just been going through a whole polycarbonate phase again, so it's crazy. So this is also going to have a unique PCB gasket mounting system. This is what I'm most interested in because, again, I'm not too keen on split keyboards myself, especially because this is a totally different layout than I'm used to. I still kind of want one, though. So it's going to have a very different gasketing system where we'll kind of build it up and I'll show you guys. It's going to be interesting. I think the whole thing is going to be quite neat. And again, 2 separate MCUs. You can just have one working if you only want one, which is, I think, is super cool as well. But this keyboard's been, the making of this keyboard, I mean, it's interesting. I should link you guys the page. Actually, it is. The page is there. It's interesting. You can read about the whole design timeline and just, I guess, process from start to finish with this board. This seems to be very much a passion project or a labor of love from AIO3. Gateron. I think some people say Gateron, but I say Gateron, like gator, like, you know, alligator. But I'm very excited. I'm very, very, very excited. Also, very excited for the front height of this keyboard. So for anyone who knows, maybe is new to my channel, front height of the keyboard matters a lot to me. Anything below 20 millimeters is comfortable. The lower, obviously, up to a certain point, becomes really comfortable. This will have, with a little bit of a, you know, what's going on here, because it does slope down a smidge, 16.7 millimeters.
Thanks for checking out Split Keybs.
Anytime, Ree. Thank you so much for the 100 bits. So 16.7 millimeters with a 7-degree incline. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. And now this is the only part that I'm not 100% sure on. So I've tried to do as much homework as I could on this board, but I am not too sure the cost of some of the add-ons. I don't know if those are still being thought of. I didn't really get an answer for that one there. So I don't know how much extra plates are going to be. I don't know how much the wooden rests are going to be. I don't have all the answers to that. So, what mic do you use? All my stuff, Roblox player, is an exclamation point kit, but I use a Sennheiser 416 MKH. I don't know Audio Technica stuff too much. What is the keyboard again? It is the Altair. If you guys type in exclamation point build, it'll pop up. But yeah, it's a long journey. I encourage you guys to read about the journey as well. It's like a 5-year process of different iterations and tons of stuff. I'm actually pretty excited to build this. It's probably one of the only split keyboards that I'll have. Maybe one more coming up in the future. But split keyboards, again, usually aren't my thing, especially just because I'm not a great typist to begin with. I like keyboards for different things. Polycarbonate plate. Now, Canon Keys sent over some switches to use. By the way, I'm not keeping this, just so everyone was aware. This is just me taking a look at it. I'm not going to use either one of these. I believe these are Gateron Mink switches or some variation of them, and these are the Anubis switches. I'm not going to use either one. We're going to finally use the deeping switches. I've also been told this keyboard sounds phenomenal. So we'll see. Krydar, I think this would be a learning process though, man. This would be like a pretty big learning process. And I just want to grab one more thing, guys. One moment. Oh, all the stuff's over here. Put it to the side. So we have our daughter boards here. They do have ribbon cables, which is a bit annoying, but whatever. And we have lots of foams, which I'm going to be honest, I don't think I'm going to be using any of the foams, but we shall see. We shall see. I just don't think I'm going to be using them. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the gasket system. This is interesting to me. So this is a play on what almost kind of feels like a very uniform gasket system. So I don't know if you guys can see this. You can see it, nice to see it with the reflection here of the light. The gaskets all sit on the bottom of the PCB, which is interesting. I've never seen that before in a keyboard. I've seen similar stuff where we use, you know, like the Salvation and the Class 60 where they have leaf springs, but interesting. Now, they're saying this is gonna help reduce some of the vibrations. We'll see, but interesting nonetheless. I think that's gonna be very, very cool. I guess my only small gripe with this entire keyboard is probably gonna be these tiny, tiny little, oh geez, ribbon cables. These little ribbon cables over here are probably not gonna be my cup of tea. I am not like too keen on the ribbon cables here. But that's probably gonna be like my only thing that I'm not like 100% keen on. And then you can see, look how tiny these things are. Look how small these ribbon cables are. What would you prefer instead of the ribbon cables? Standard JSTs, truth be told. Standard JSTs would be, I mean, like there's enough room in the shell of the case that I feel like you can just route a JST connector. It's dusty actually. We need to dust this off a little bit. I think I would have preferred just standard JSTs. I know this is gonna have a smaller portion here at the bottom to kind of take a look at, you know, because it is gonna sit quite flush to the bottom of the case, because these gaskets don't exactly hit, you know, a certain height, which probably does help a lot with the, you know, overall front height of this keyboard. But there seems to be enough milling here, because it's kind of stepped up over here a little bit, as you can see, where perhaps they could have just milled it a little bit deeper. That might be my only like major criticism. Let's move this over to the side. That's it. We'll play around with it. We'll see how we feel. I just broke the ribbon cable on my Link 65 PCB. It's a pain replacing. Yeah. Also, I don't think I saw any screws in the case. I guess all the screws we need are over here. Just want to double check. I'm assuming everything's already installed in the case here. This didn't come in like a standard box, just so everyone understands. I got this as like a thing in tons of bubble wrap. No one's fault. I know it's a prototype, but I'm just not sure if I'm missing anything. I'm hoping I'm not. There wasn't really like a list of things I'm supposed to have, so we're just gonna hope, dude. I'm gonna hope, because I really want to build this board today. And we're gonna use Gateron deeping switches. These are the pre-lubed ones. I had to open these all up and basically move around the lube on the majority of these, by the way. If you guys are interested in the Gateron deeping switches, to be very critical, I really probably don't recommend the pre-lubed ones. They're way too inconsistent, and oh my god, some of them were drowning in lubricant. We did show these off, like I opened a few of them up on stream a few days ago. I didn't clean them, I just moved around the lube, basically. Wish that were me? Huh? Dude, they're pretty bad, man. Like, they seem like they're gonna be awesome switches, but I really wish I had picked these up unlubed. Feet, thank you so much for the 12 months, dude. A year of being here, man. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so, so much, dude. Let's move this over to the side. Thank you, bro. All right. Messed it up, but hi. How you doing? Good afternoon, everyone. How you doing, man? All right, Gator on deeping switches. I really don't quite understand what these little force break things are supposed to do. I don't know if it's supposed to act as some sort of switch film, but it doesn't really make sense to act as a switch film, but we'll see. We shall see what these end up doing. I guess let's start just by installing all these. But yeah, my idea is to have this as like a little gaming pad. I think this would be perfect for that. Absolutely perfect for it. Good afternoon, everyone. Mr. Hoove. All right, now we might need a plate fork for this. So, I don't know, at 300 bucks, honestly, I don't think this is a total, I wouldn't even say it even comes close to a ripoff. It's a very niche project. I mean, on the case itself, it's aluminum. You get a good finish on it. You have a nice brass weight here on the bottom. It's an AIO3 design. You got an AIO3 PCB. We double checked that actually. We have an AIO3 PCB, so we have some quality stuff here. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Of up here. And I've been told by many people, because I had a few people very excited for this keyboard build today, that this keyboard sounds incredible with no foam in it, so exciting. We're using PC. It's the only plate material we have. I believe that's also the stock plate material that you're going to be receiving with this board if you end up buying it. By the way, I think it goes live in like a week or two. I think on the 26th or 29th, one of the two dates. I'm getting the last number confused. Watch lightning type at a blazing 20 words per minute on this has me with some concerns about my ability to adjust. So I don't know if anyone's tried this, because I believe this is what, a staggered layout. Let me double check what it's officially called. Hold on one second. It's a split ergo. Is it considered staggered? I can't remember now. It's a split ergo though. It's a slight bit different. Ortholinear, that's what it is. Sorry, Papa. Yeah, you're right. It's gonna take some fucking adjusting. Like, dude, I'm even so nervous for this, dude. No, I think maybe that's one of the points too, where this is gonna be wired only. This would have been cool to see with some extra module for battery components and, you know, Bluetooth. But at the moment, no. I believe it's called columnar staggered. It's called something, I just can't remember what it is. I agree with you, Ugtug. That would have been really cool. But again, I'm not upset the fact that we need to use an extra USB-C cable here. I'm assuming that's also keeping the cost down, because Bluetooth stuff and that stuff would have all raised the price point from the $315 starting point. But man, that would have been really cool. Who knows? Maybe this will actually spark my interest in some of these boards. Some of these style of oh yeah. This is all seating very nicely. Just making sure it doesn't like shift up or anything. Look at that. Look how these Gateron deeping switches look on this. I promise you guys, these are Gateron switches, not Cherry Nixies. Does the other side need to be wired to work? So on both of these, I have them backwards here. On both of these are dusty. Oh, wrong layout. They both have two wires. So you can just decide which one you want to communicate with the computer if they're both attached. As you guys can see. And then if you want only one to operate, you can just plug in one. I'd have bought a mode keyboard by now if they embraced wireless. It's an interesting, man, wireless is interesting in keyboards. I don't know. No, this is not a personal unit, but I'm actually very heavily considering, even before me taking a look at this today, I have an idea of what this keyboard sounds like already, which is good. And I'm very heavily considering getting one for my gaming setup. Because I game on like a little, guys, I'm not even kidding you, I think the desk is about this big. And then I have this much room for my mouse, because I use a little 60% keyboard. So I'm considering getting a small little guy like this, keeping it to the side, removing basically the desk pad at that point, and having a lot more room to use for my mouse. Because right now, you know what happens to me on my small little gaming desk? I do this basically. My mouse ends up hitting the side of my keyboard so often, and it's so frustrating. I got one of those Neo 65 as a wireless just in case, but haven't used it that way. Yeah, it's interesting to kind of go touch base on that again. Guys, I don't know how many people want wireless and then never end up using it. I'm in that boat of I'd like to have it, but I'm probably never gonna use it. Can I not use my Prime sub on this channel? You should be able to. If you're on mobile right now, Cookie, it probably won't let you do it. I scratched my keyboard side that way. Yeah, I've done that a few times too, to my keyboard on that desk. I use the Harbor currently, which actually is 65, not a 60. And I've scratched the side already with my mouse. Alrighty, got everything popped in here. Let's go back to this view. Yeah, by the way, if you guys ever decide to sub to this channel, I really appreciate it, by the way. I would recommend probably doing that on the computer. Unless you have to use your phone. The phone charges more. There's a premium on the phone, especially, I believe it's just the Apple phones. So just, if you guys decide to, save yourself an extra buck or two, do it on the computer. A tight space like that would probably just annoy me and make me get the Xbox controller. Yeah, I mean, I definitely have to use my controller, but I mean, I'm trying to make do with the space that I have, you know. We'll see. We shall see. Well, let me resub with my Prime today, even though my sub expired. I'm not too sure, to be honest. I know sometimes they have days where they let you do things and let you don't. We're gonna really take our time with this keyboard, by the way. We really gotta take our time here. Alex, recently I've been using the NSK PS2 to lube my switches, and I think it's really good because I can remove all the noise and make it smooth. NSK PS2. What is that, Hiccup? I am not too sure. Neon, thank you so much for using your Prime here. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Speaking of PlayStation, because you said PS2, I have a question for you guys. Is it okay to play the latest Horizon Zero Dawn game without playing the original? Like, will I still understand it? Because I was given a code for the new one, and I'm considering just buying the first one and then playing through it quick. Maybe I do need to play the first one then. Like, will I... You need the backstory? Just watch the story recap? Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about that. I could just watch a story recap. It's so good. Oh, also, for anyone, if anyone wants a free game right now, but I don't know how good this is, I installed it yesterday. I have not yet booted it up. If you guys are Twitch, you guys have like Prime and stuff, Fallout 76. If you go to the top of your Twitch thing, you can claim your Fallout 76 code and you can get the game for free. I don't know how bad the game is or good the game is, but it's free. Just a reminder for you guys to download it because it's free. It's the full game. Are you going to play on PC or PlayStation? PC. I don't have a PlayStation. You have a Game Pass? All Fallout is on Game Pass? Oh, I don't have a Game Pass. I mean, free is free. Can't be mad at free. I really cut down with all my subscriptions. The only subscriptions I still have are Disney, Netflix, which I'm considering getting rid of, and I guess the Amazon Prime subscription, plus whatever I have to do for work. How do we get that free poo-poo game? So, hold on, let me double check that. You have to hit on the top, you know the top right, it says new from Prime. It should just say, welcome to the wasteland, Fallout has arrived, and you hit claim. And then you pick between Xbox and PC. Actually, a whole bunch of games. I don't get the notifications that you were on. Oh, don't even stress, dude. We're really taking it easy today. I'm a little out of it, hence me kind of fumbling around with my hands. I don't know what it is, dude. I've had like TMI maybe. I've had stomach aches all morning today, so my stomach has been in shambles. I feel like because of that, I'm feeling a little lightheaded as well. So I'm just trying to take it really slow and really easy. Gonna grab it then. Fallout 3 plus New Vegas are in my top 10. Do you guys like Fallout 4? I've heard some people say that Fallout 4 is a really bad way to get introduced to the Fallout series, and I highly disagree, because I thought Fallout 4 was pretty fun. Get well, thank you, Freak, I appreciate you. Fallout 4 was alright. 4 is fine? Yeah, it was fine, right? Like, it wasn't terrible or anything. Had better gameplay. Fallout New Vegas is more reminiscent of the older Fallout games. Yeah, New Vegas was, I mean, it's a masterpiece in its own right, but I thought 4 was still fun. You know what game I was thinking about the other day? BioShock. BioShock would be cool to see a remastered, more modernized with new graphics. BioShock fan? I only have some coffee. I already had a shit ton of water today. New Vegas is better choice in Consequence gameplay, which is what Fallout 1 and 2 were known as doing as well. Yeah. Infinite has aged like milk, I feel. Oh yeah, the graphics and the BioShock stuff is pretty bad. What about BioShock 2? I don't really remember any of BioShock. I just remember playing it, and I have them all, but I don't remember any of the gameplay, which is prompting me to want to re-download them and play them. I'm just a little nervous. I'm going to be a little bit picky because the graphics aren't there, you know? Hitting the spot with that BioShock talk. BioShock Infinite was not bad. Singularity switches? I don't even remember what those are. Singularity switches. Okay. Sorry. You know what? I should have explained this, and I apologize, client. This is called a plate fork. So we're using a softer polycarbonate plate today. And if I were to not have a plate fork, sometimes the polycarbonate, because depending on tolerances of switches, will get pushed down, and it's just kind of hard to pop in switches. This allows you to kind of slide through. It's the exact width you need. Slides through basically and supports the plate. So when you push in a switch, the plate doesn't go with it. But that's what this is for here. In stock 60 recommendations? Okay. In stock 60s at the moment. If you want to go something that I think is really nice, I think you'll really enjoy the tempo from Mode. Other than that, in stock 60s, what other in stock 60s? Maybe we can help Michael out. In stock 60s. Sorry, some of the stuff I'm thinking of just isn't in stock. I don't even know what's in stock for 60s right now. I just know the tempo. You could go Bakaneko. I don't know if the Frog Mini is still. I was going to say that too. I just don't know if it's in stock. Arc 60 apparently sold out, so no. We can't recommend Arc 60. Apparently the last one sold out a few days ago. Yeah, Legend's right. You can typically find things on aftermarket. Guys, just a little PSA with that, okay? You know, this doesn't anger me a little bit. It bothers me a lot. I had someone reach out to me. They were talking to me about wanting to buy a keyboard, and they said, like, just long story short, they had to deal with someone who was pressuring them to use friends and family for PayPal. Guys, do not do friends and family. Do not do any sort of money where if you give it to someone, there's no obligation or sort of paperwork that they have to give you something in return. There's no exceptions to this unless you know the guy personally since you were a kid. Even then, I would still probably just do an invoice just to make sure everything's squared away. All right? I would, again, always use invoices, never use friends and family. Just a little PSA. Cookie, thank you so much for using your Prime here. I appreciate that. Oh, the Gray Studios BD60 was a good little board. I have one that I need to put switches back in. I took the switches out. All right, I guess let's start putting this together now. Well, I kind of want to get my little air compressor and blow out some of this. Actually, you know, does it really matter? No, it matters to me. I've straight up told people, yeah, I've also offered to cover the good, like the whatever percentage PayPal takes from people. I had someone, I have a story I can tell you guys. Hold on. I actually had someone try to rip me off with a camera lens that I was trying to buy. They really were pushing me to do friends and family, and I was just like, I really do not feel comfortable. And I just told them straight up, like, I'm in a hobby where this, like, you know, scam stuff happens. And they were just like, oh, well, their response to me was they've had people say that the product has got lost in the mail and done chargebacks. I'm just like, well, I would rather pay extra for you to ship it with tracking. I would rather pay extra for, you know, the fee or whatever, if that's all you're really concerned about. And then we can go from there. But I mean, at the end of the day, like, I really, oh, this is the weight. I really don't feel comfortable. But yeah, they pushed and pushed and pushed to the point where I ended up not buying the lens because they would not budge from friends and family. It is crazy. All right, so we're gonna take out all these screws. I'm a little concerned about this because I've seen how screws can add a little bit of vibration. Although maybe not in this case. This is basically to align things. We're gonna take out all the screws here. Every last one, including the daughter board ones. Oops. My friend offered me a hand engineering Haas for $560. I don't remember how much that board retailed for, to be honest with you. Where'd the other screw go? I feel like it just disappeared. Hello? Oh, it's on the fucking the screwdriver still. I don't remember. Retails $560. I mean, if the board interests you, I've never built one myself, so. I had a scammer scam me using bank transfer. I was young and naive, so listen to Alex, guys. Yeah, just be careful with your purchases in the hobby. That happened to my friend. I think he got scammed $600 with Artisans back in 2022, and then the buyer claimed the shipment got lost and never arrived. He had applied a dispute through PayPal and got the money back, leaving my friend minus $600. Yeah. You want to know my? Fuck. I'm just gonna say this. I have to. Like, I feel like there's a big reason why I personally do not use Mech Market and any sort of aftermarket stuff for keyboard stuff anymore. I'm not trying to deter you guys from doing it. And this is not like, there are great people in the hobby who will not rip you off, but there's so much risk involved. Like, I've even had people in the past, like in different countries, be like, oh, can we trade, you know, X color for X color keyboard to me? And it's very nerve-wracking because there's so many variables. My thing to you guys will always be, don't rush, don't buy on, like, you know, these kind of things here. Hippio just, I know he messaged me about that. I forgot to message him back, actually. I mean, like, I feel like this is like the third aftermarket marketplace that we've had at this point. But yeah, I agree with Zwabi. I don't think that's going to solve any of the issues. Just wait until something comes up that you want and buy it new from a vendor that you trust. That's my honest opinion. This is why I just do not do aftermarket stuff at all. That's why when you guys ask me about how much something's worth, I have no idea. I just don't do it anymore. Like, I really don't, man. It's just too nerve-wracking for me. All right, let's put some of these daughter boards in. So I think these just leave flipped like that. But we do need to put the ribbon cable in first. clip-in versus screw-in stabilizers? Are there noticeable differences? No. If you do them right, no, is my answer to you here. I would say no. Oh, goodness me. Oops. Dude. Oh my god, please. This. Okay, hold on. Let me just move this out of the way. I can't do this in the air. This looks so... There's a little flip here. Here, let me zoom in for you guys. Yeah, just, I know you can find some great deals aftermarket, and I'm not saying don't. There's some, like I said, great people in the hobby you can buy things from. But I would rather not have you guys get ripped off. And I've been seeing personally a lot of people do shady things these days in the hobby. So there's a little flip that unlocks this. Now, this just goes in this way and locks back into place. I think that's all this is. This is not terrible to put in, but I can still see this being frustrated to someone who might have a little bit of a issue with doing stuff like this. And then it sits like this. Okay, so before we actually screw anything in, let's make sure that these work. I hope that gets updated. I understand why they put it here though. Just so everyone's aware, like I get why there's ribbon cable. It might be a tolerance thing because of how low these gaskets are. I understand it. I'm not knocking the ribbon cables. I usually never do. I think they're frustrating to work with for sure. There are some times where I don't understand why ribbon cables were used. But in most cases that I've seen ribbon cables get used, not all, but most, it seems like there's always a workaround you can do. I'm actually one of those people who have really shaky hands. So this is always a little bit tricky and difficult for me as well. So I do struggle with this a little bit. This doesn't really need to be pushed in much, so there, we've installed it. Now I just want to make sure this works. I believe it's this one that we plug it into. It did recognize it, so. Yep, I don't know which one the backspace would be, so I have no idea if this is even upside down. We're good, it's working. Perfect, that's awesome. It doesn't really help for me, unfortunately, because I have shakier hands. Need more coffee? Stop that shake. Yeah, I know. Let's just do this. So nice.
2 months with the best streamer around, let's go.
Who said that? Burn, thank you so much. I really appreciate that, dude. That means a lot. Thank you, man. I'm clumsy with tweezers. Yeah, I'm also pretty clumsy with tweezers too. My hands are really big, so I hate ribbon cables. I'm with you there. Oh, you know what? I might have... Oh no, I did this right. I'm just going crazy. All right, so now we gotta screw in the screws here. And did I do this incorrect? I might have done this incorrectly. Are you supposed to put the screws beneath the PCB? Hold on, I might have done this incorrectly here. Where's my tweezers? Perhaps you're supposed to put the screws in between the PCB here. Probably did it incorrect, but it's a really simple build.
Hope you've had a wonderful April, Alex.
Thank you, I appreciate that, man.
All the content you've been putting out, and I can't wait for more long-form written reviews less than 3. Love seeing you get in depth like you did with Stabs and the new Mode 65.
Thank you, dude.
Obligatory wow, wow, wow. Love you, my guy.
Dude, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you, dude. I will definitely get a little bit more in depth. Definitely. Okay, I do think I did this incorrectly. Really enjoy the streams with Adam, but for my money, the best days are when Alex says Ugg Tug. Okay, I think we need to take out the switches. Actually, we don't really even need to take out many here. This is rather simple to correct. So it looks like the switches or the screws actually get put underneath, or I guess in between. Actually, will I need to take out all the switches? Perhaps let's just do that. We have so much time left on stream. Is always on point. Thanks, guys. Appreciate the kind words. What is the most optimal way to clean my keyboard? The grease on the keys for my fingers. I just use a microfiber cloth and alcohol. Soapy water is what I use. A little bit of Dawn and very lightly wet cloth is really it. I didn't take my camera out yesterday. It was really odd weather, and I'm gonna be honest, it was also very overcast. And I think I'm just a little drained of doing overcast days, like outside. It is a little tiresome to continuously shoot overcast, so I just kind of gave up, didn't bother. Alright, so is the idea here I gotta put down the screws first? I believe so. I believe that's the idea here. Oops. Screws first, then we put in the plate and PCB and stuff. Weird installation here. Missing one screw somewhere. Oh no. Let's put. I think this is the ideal way to do this, or else I don't know how you would screw this in. Yeah, okay. So now it's kind of locked in place. All right, that's not terrible. No, these are Gateron deeping switches. And I guess that kind of acts as a little bit of a standoff as well. Oh, it's kind of interesting of a double use case. It does act as a little bit of a standoff for the plate as well as a way to screw in the keyboard. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So maybe we don't even need the plate fork. Quick little fix here. No, they're not Nixies. As you can see, that little bit of a red is whatever this thing is for the deepings. I still really don't understand the purpose of these. I've never seen Alex use Nixies. One day we'll try out the switches. One day. Also, thank you guys all for being here. Really appreciate the follows and the love. Hydrate again. Oh my god, dude, the Fallout series is so good. It's so good. Okay, I will say some people were saying it's Last of Us good. I don't agree. I think Last of Us made me... I think the way that Last of Us was shot and the pacing of Last of Us was more my thing. But it was still very good. It was a very good show. I really appreciated the whole thing. I was very much hooked. But I think I preferred The Last of Us a little bit more. I don't know about you guys, but I did. All right. So yeah, right now we're just putting in the rest of the switches because, yeah, I guess we did have to put the screws in first. I guess that also does make sense. I think I preferred Fallout just because Fallout told an original story. That's totally fair as well. Most films that are adaptations of games usually pretty dooky. I don't disagree, but I think Last of Us and Fallout were very good. Both of them. In their own right. I have not watched Game of Thrones past a few episodes in season 2. Game of Thrones, I just, when I was trying to get into it, man, I could not get into it. I was so not interested in, I guess, the politics of Game of Thrones, like, at all, that I just could not fall in love with that show. I got it. Did I? I'm not even sure. Let's double check. Yep, we got it. So it does actually work with these thicker connectors as well. Perfect. That's good to know. I get shit at work because I couldn't get into Game of Thrones. It's just not my cup of tea, like, at all. Right now we're just screwing in the case here. Let's zoom out a bit. We're so zoomed in. Screwing in this guy. I hope so. I hope it ends up being just as good as season 1. I mean, okay, you know what show I think was awful? That started off so promising was The 100. I was thoroughly disappointed in The 100. All right, so we got one assembled now. Let's take out the switches of this guy and redo it since we need to put the screws in first, it seems. I don't think, it's been a long time since I was that disappointed with a TV show. Because that was like, the writers of The 100, it was like Lost level bad for ending. Terrible, 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 terrible. All right, let's take out our switches quickly and then we'll stick all of them back in here. Do I like Ergomex? It's something I'm wanting to explore a little bit, but it's not something that I'm vastly interested in. I think my interests in keyboards still lie in the aesthetics and how does it make me feel for the day. Like, it's weird, right? Because the stuff we buy also makes us feel different things. Like, even cameras. Cameras can make you feel different things. It's weird, and it almost feels a bit pretentious saying it out loud, but I like the experience of a product and how it makes you feel and how it shapes you and changes you, even if it does the exact same thing another product does. Like, at its core, for example. Because every product's gonna change the way you use it a little bit, right? As the main actress in Fallout TV show, by the way. Yeah, someone mentioned that, BRS, which is really cool. I just look at 40s all day. I look for 40s all day. I mean, whatever makes you happy and floats your boat, right? I don't think it's pretentious. It's like you always say, preference. Yeah, exactly. It's always gonna be preference. Whatever you guys end up liking in life, it's all preference. I ain't gonna judge. I hope no one else judges you. But that's all. Did we ever bring up the Neo Ergo? No, but I think I actually might be taking a look at that too. I think. I need to go to sleep now really late. Take care, Hiccup. Thank you so much for being here. Also, thank you guys all so much for being here, by the way. Everybody. You guys are very kind. I appreciate all of the time you guys spend here watching me and hanging out here. Your streams are so nice to watch at midnight, Alex. Is it midnight there for you? I appreciate it, guys. Thin bezels and unique side profiles a quick way to my wallet. Yes. I mean, everyone's gonna have that little bit of a different thing they're interested with keyboards, which is cool. And I can really appreciate and get behind from everyone's perspective. No, they didn't send me an X and a regular one. They just sent me the regular one. So this is the 4-column one, or 4-row rather, not column. I believe the other one's just 3-row, right? Let me triple, quadruple check. I think I know what I'm talking about here. Because it's 3-row versus, oh no, wait, this is the 5-row. 5-row versus 4-row, my mistake. 5 versus 4. So this is the Altair, and the Altair X is 4-row. You have the best vibe in the keyboard hobby. Honestly, a perfect mix of technical expertise, open-minded banter, and funny story times. Thanks, guys. I also am a firm believer that I don't think hobbies should be taken to a point of seriousness where you're like getting angry and pulling hair out of your head for. I don't think that's necessary. I think that's the opposite of what a hobby should be. My ideology on hobbies, I think, differs from a lot of people, to be honest. Well, obviously not, because we're all here. Maybe we all have the same perspective on it, but some people take hobbies very serious, which is fine. They can do that. But bro, I do not want to ever do that. I think that will make me so upset. The X is the regular one? I need to go read that history thing again at the bottom of the page. I know this started off, it's like a 5-year passion project or 5-year, not passion, we'll just say project. Maybe the last few years were more of a passionate approach to getting this product out, but I know AOA3 went through a lot of iterations to get here. Some guy was yelling at me in Helldivers 2 yesterday for an accidental team kill. Then he found my old YouTube channel of mine and left a snarky comment. Bro needs to chill. I used to, like, I'm gonna be 1000% honest, dude. I used to get upset, like, over stupid shit. Because, I don't know, I let it become, like, my whole personality. Like, I didn't know any better at the time, like, when I was much younger. I'm not even gonna sit here and pretend that I was, like, some saint. But I radically changed. Like, I 100% decided that, okay, I need to figure my shit out with, like, my interests and not letting things like that bother me to the point. I still get upset. Like yesterday I was playing Overwatch. God, I fucking hate that game. I'm not getting mad at anyone else, just Overwatch sucks. It's so broken. The developers at Blizzard still, after all these years, cannot balance a damn thing. It's not something that I'm now gonna go get angry at everyone else for. Overwatch used to be so great. I don't know. I used to main Junkrat. But that new character, the girl that has the drill, oh my god, she's so broken right now. I don't play personally. It's more just because my girlfriend likes it and I play with her. I cannot stand the game. Hobby should bring you joy. 2 minutes later, man, I fucking hate Overwatch. It's just a bad game, honestly though. It's just not fun with the balancing that they have currently. Eventually, I have to change up the meta. Yeah. So they're never supposed to be perfectly balanced. It's a myth. I don't know. I just feel like the game has way too many imbalances in it for it to be, like, fun. But no, I do think that majority of the hobbies, some people take to the point of attacking one another for. Dude, you guys see it in the keyboard hobby too, right? But I appreciate the kind words. I will always try to make this this stream nice and kind and feel good to be in. Thanks for everyone who participates here. Overwatch is the pinnacle of we are bored of the thing you want to change and change 30 other things because cause more problems. Yeah. But no, dude, Helldivers is amazing. I was playing with some randoms the other day because I forgot to turn it off, like the whole like matchmaking thing. It was a pretty good time, man. I got to know some people. They were talking over voice. Pretty funny, man. Simon, what's up, man? How you doing? Simon, how are things? How is life? How are you? How was you guys did your Sunday group buy review stuff, right? How many flamingos do you think you can fit in your bathroom? I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Like, what's the size of an adult flamingo? Like, I'm picturing really big, but maybe I'm very wrong. At least 3? Thanks, Adam. Is the flamingo native to Canada? I don't think so. Why did you not follow Simon for so long and not subscribe? Wait, what? I follow Simon. Stream was weird. I had to panic send Cat to the vet at the start. Oh no, really? He was choking? Oh shit. I hope everything's okay, Simon. Simon's reviews were quite positive today. Maybe stream is in parallel with him more from now on. Horny ones? What? How far would a flamingo be able to carry a coconut if we take into account how he grabs it? Guys, listen, I'm gonna tell you guys right now. I don't know much about flamingos. I'm not a flamingo expert. So, why not? I guess they just don't interest me. You look like one? What the hell is that supposed to mean, cool penguin? Oh my god, dude. How many flamingos do you think you could take on a flight? I don't think you can take any, can you? Are flamingos allowed? Like, are you allowed to transport flamingos? Is keyboard accessible for flamingos? I am not too sure. Sorry, hold on. I want to just see something. So again, this is using gaskets put on the bottom of a PCB to kind of go back to the keyboard. Okay, so I do see it move a little bit. So there is some, you can see where the screw is with the PC plate. There is some movement happening with this. Interesting, very interesting. I wonder how this is going to feel. Yeah, this is the Altair we're doing today. I wonder how this is going to feel. Yeah, we're using deepening switches today. However, I was a dum-dum and I didn't know these came pre-lubed because I guess I didn't read it properly. So the pre-lubed Gateron deepening switches, I personally would not recommend. They are terribly pre-lubed. Like, they are, what's a good way to put this? They are drowning, and then some of them are not drowning at all in lubricant. I would probably, if you guys end up wanting these things, get the non-lubed ones, because Gateron has not done a great job on pre-lube for these. But I mean, in general, I think Gateron's lubing is very inconsistent across the board. Yeah, I think this was the most sloppy pre-lubed switch I've ever seen, though. Like, truly, I don't think I've seen a worse one yet. But I did clean these up before stream. Like, I went through each individual one to basically take off the majority of the lubricant because it was so much. Maybe, yeah, like their cream sodas weren't bad either. Some of the other switches are not terrible, but this is the worst one. What do I think about splits so far? I mean, I haven't really dived too much about it or into it really. I've always kind of wanted one. Like, I think this would be awesome for like a little game pad or something like that, you know? But maybe not in the ortho layout, you know, like the straight columns. I think maybe I do need something staggered. Do I use these keycaps that they sent? Or should I just get something different? This looks hella confusing. I'm just gonna get something different. I don't know. Is this... I think they had different you should cuz profiles. I know, make it even trickier. Because they have, on the bottom of that web page, they have the Altair keycaps, which these are not. Because what's cool about this, which I really appreciate, I don't know if you guys like PBT at all, but if you guys end up buying this, so this is the $315 version, you can get a $30 add-on keycap set from Nice PBT. Like, it's an add-on you can put onto this for an extra 30 bucks. These are not it. If you guys want to see what that looks like, it's near the bottom-ish. Actually, not really the bottom. It's near the top of the web page. That's on the ! build command. But nice little addition from Canon Keys there. And it's actually only $27 as an add-on if you get the Altair X, which makes sense because you're not using as many keys. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to use blinks. I think I'm going to go find something else to put on, even though I might not have the right keycaps for it. think we use something else because this looks hella confusing already. Really curious to see how this sounds. For me, Gator on Milky Top sound more plasticky than cherry. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, this might not be the best way to see how these particular switches sound, but I did want to use them. Now, I don't know what I should use for keycaps. You know what actually sounds really fun to use? But do I have it on something is the question. 1 second before I look. I do have it on something, so I don't feel like taking that apart. Any suggestions? You should use dots? I don't have Cinder or dots, unfortunately. I had Cinder as a loner for like a very short amount of time. There's always Moto Light we could use. There's Fundamentals. I don't know how good Fundamentals will look on this. Zen Pond might look really nice on this too. How about Mute It? Mute It. Do I have Mute It? I don't know if I do. Redline would slap? I don't know, because this has a little bit of a blue to it. Look, this has a little bit of a blue. It's not quite gray. It almost has a bit of a blue. I know it's labeled as dark gray, but I can tell it has a smidge of blue in this. Polybius or Dracula? We could do Polybius. Polybius might be a good choice for this. Maybe Polybius. I'm down for Polybius today. Seems like the Brutal V2 Steely Gray. Yeah, it does have blue. It does have a blue to it. Like, I know they labeled it as dark gray, but I would not agree and say this is a very neutral gray. Oh, 1 second. Let me dust these keycaps off because it's on a dusty keyboard. 1 second, everybody. Where's my little duster thing? This is going to be loud, and I apologize. Do people yearn for Redline? I don't know if Redline would look good for this, guys. Oh shit, all the keycaps switches are coming off of this. Rare opportunity for Split Greg. Whose side are you on? Are you my dad? Zonus! Thank you so much for the tier 1 subscription for 38 months. I really appreciate you, dude. Because I really don't think it will look good on this. I'm just being 100% honest, guys. I truly do not think this would look good with Redline. Like, should we put a pole? Redline has a blue hue. Let's put a pole. Keycaps. Redline. Oh my god, I can't type. Or what is this? Polybius. You just have 5 minutes to decide. Okay, 5 minutes to decide. But just to show you, this is how the blue of... Like, that's a pretty nice matchup, I think. Look at that. That's for Polybius. Yeah, there's definitely like a green or some sort of blue hue to this. Without mod, it would make no sense. I'll let you guys pick. Show Redline. I need to find Redline. Oh, man. Redline. Alex tipping the pole. No, I'm not tipping the pole. So that's the Redline, which has a bit more of a green to it. But then also it just has red. I don't know if this... I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I'll let you guys pick, though. You guys can have the final say of what you guys want in this keyboard. So you guys can pick. Alex, #1 Redline hater? Oh my god, I don't hate Redline, Adam. Can you show us how it fully looks on the keyboard? That way we can get her a better idea. You guys. I need to actually refer back to the website for the layout of this though, because I have no idea. That's a trap, half and half. No. Also, what's up, Meme God? How you doing? Thanks for all being here, by the way. I don't know if Simon's still here, but Simon, I hope you have a good rest of your day too. I don't know what time it is there, but I hope it's a good one for you. Guess I'll just follow this web page here. If put the keycaps next to the what? If put the keycap on the next argument will be you already put them on, you don't need to remove them. True. Put Polybius on one side, redline on another. Good idea. Do you guys just want half and half? Is that what you guys want? I kind of want to do it all. That way there we can get a good picture of this looks like with one set on it and not two. But I'll do it. I don't know. You know, no half and half. Redline is the next level of Corsa Starry Night. Let's kit bash and make something unholy. Oh, not sure if the colors would clash, but blue, gray blue. Tough guy Alex coming in for this one. Mr. Geo, how are you doing? Alex, the children yearn for Redline. Looks like Redline's winning, but you guys have a bit of time left to decide here. Pancake. Ooh, pancakes.
Just slap some pancakes on it, Alexotos.
Pancakes do sound pretty good, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Gio, I've built up Alex's expectation for this board on your behalf. Gio, did you really like this board, by the way? Ooh, Polybius is now in the lead. Does red accents work well with the anno color? Truth be told, the red line could be really cool, though. The only thing that could be really cool is because there's those little red whatever these things are in the deeping switches. So it kind of adds like this extra accent of like red, I guess. I was surprised at how much I liked it. I'd love a non-ortho version, I think. You know, I was thinking the same thing, by the way. I'm a sheep for your opinions. What is your favorite TKL or at least top 3? Oh, okay. My favorite all-time TKL at the moment is the F18X by Gion. I know it's a very basic boy, pick, but that's my all-time favorite. Number 2 is the Kaze, and number 3, I know some people don't like this board, but I think the Bias is one of my faves. I think just everything about the board is just very much my thing. But those would be my top 3 picks. And I think in number 4, the Ori TKL would be number 4. And then I don't think I have any like really standout TKLs past that. I like the Loop, I like the Andromeda, but I don't like them enough for them to be in my top 3. Event Horizon's not a TKL though. Number 1 would be the F18X. I've tried plenty of Jane V2s. They're not really my thing. The Oku? I don't know. I need to talk to Mr. Lulstacks about that, actually. I do need to message him. Is Polybius winning? Damn, Polybius is winning the vote. Polybius won, guys. We have to go with Polybius. The Kaze is superior to the Jane. Sorry, not sorry. I will give it to the God, these switches are all gonna pop out here. Plateless hot swap, everybody. Not the best idea in the world, but ooh, this is probably gonna sound great. What about the Monoke Kage? You know, I would have to play around with that a little bit more. Seriki? No, I've actually never tried Seriki. Lulstacks would remind you how lit it was. Dude, let me tell you how lit that board was, dude. Oh my gosh. I practice my Lulstacks impersonations once a day in the mirror, by the way. Once a day in the mirror, I practice it. That's how bad I want to be him. Kaze so lit. Nailed it. This is a Christian Minecraft server. Let's put the number 1 in here. I'll find it later. Dude. Where's Mr. Lulstack's been? Adam for moderator? Adam, I don't know if that's ever gonna happen though. Like ever. I hate to burst your bubble. Who voted for Polybius? Do you guys want to see white on black? Letting him down easy. I'm manifesting it. You know what? I'm not gonna hurt your feelings there. I don't really believe in that whole manifestation stuff, but I know some people are really big into it. It's a lifestyle, I guess. How's your film? Flamingos? Man, I need to go back and watch the Simon VOD now, because I need to know what the hell you guys were talking about when it comes to flamingos. I really do. I don't know. I think this would be a really cool board to get me into ortho and split. I wonder how well this is going to do though. Like, is there anyone in chat? Just real question right now. Is there anyone right now that's like interested in this board and was considering picking one up? Because to me, this is a niche layout, and also I don't know how many people go for split keyboards. I'm 100% buying one. Def considering. God, I'm also considering. It's weird because I probably wouldn't normally pick this up. I think this is something that I'm only considering because I like the way it looks. And I like the fact that you can, I think this is the best selling feature of it. They operate independently if you want. I think that's like the biggest feature. Having two separate, how do they have this? I guess they need to put 7 here. Is that correct? Oh, they have 6 on the other one. I'm just gonna follow what they did on this. Does that make sense? Whatever, I'll just follow what they did, I guess. But since someone offering me F18X for 400 might get that instead, honestly, it's not bad. Oh, I guess this all goes on this side. What's up, Papa? How you doing? The carrying case is just a regular 60% case last time I read. Yeah, I don't have any final answers on carrying cases. I'm pretty sure me and Gio both just got this in a cardboard box and some bubble wrap for the prototype, so. Yeah, I fixed it. I got it. We good. I'm looking at the layout right now. I'm just kind of looking at chat as well. I don't know if I'm gonna get really into them, but I'm dabbling, like I'm interested. I think it's a pretty interesting little sub community within the community type idea. The carrying case is the one from Cyberboard. Wait, they're gonna put this in the metal case? Like the Andromeda? Is that what they're gonna be doing for this? I would assume they're just gonna go with a standard case at the $300 price point. Like, I wouldn't consider this. I swear Alex has dyslexia. Maybe, you know what, Adam? Leave me alone. For Altair? Okay. So it's just gonna be a standard case with foam cutouts. That makes sense. I would actually like to get this or something like it to use as a mini keyboard for something I'm working on in Photoshop. Yeah, I think that me and you have the same idea, Corgi. I think I would also like to use this for very specific use case. Don't do it, Oak. But I do think this would be really cool. I apologize in advance. I might not have all the keycaps for this. Again, very specific layout. So I apologize well in advance here. We might not have everything we need, but I will do my best to kind of get this with as many keycaps in the right profile at the very least. Let's see what we got here. Might just have to use some random stuff for this, to be honest. put the number 1 down somewhere. Now I don't know where I put it. Oh well, I'll try my best to find it. So they also have... See, I really like the Altair keycaps that they're selling because the Altair keycaps also have the F row baked into the number row over here, which I think is really cool. I think that's super dope. So I think if you're gonna get this, picking up the keycap set for an extra $30 becomes a no-brainer. But at the moment, we'll have to kind of work with what we have. The keycap is not coming together nicely anymore. What? You don't like the keycaps? They had this here, right? No, they have backspace here, which I don't know if I have backspace. Again, we'll have to pick and choose what we use here. But you know, it might actually work fine because it's Polybius, and who knows what any of these things mean. Are ceramic keycaps worth getting? I have no idea, to be honest. A little piece of me wants to say, yeah, they might be really cool as a novelty. But what happens if you get sick of them after a week of using with them? Like, what happens then? What happens then, you know? So, I have no idea, to be honest, if they're worth getting. Absolutely none. But, I mean, if you really want them, go for it, I guess. Let's just consider alts. Thanks for bearing with me as we play around with keycaps here, guys. This is considered super, I suppose, but it's the wrong profile. Gonna cook something. Bye, Gator. Take care. Let's see if I have something else for that. So this is, whatever. We'll just put anything for one use here at the bottom. Wait, which one's spacebar? I'm assuming these guys. These two here are spacebars, but I don't think I have anything that's gonna work as a one-use spacebar for this. Unless we use like the 0 key, which I'll just try to use as many things with these cool icons as I can for the time being. And then we'll go from there. Let's see, what else can we use here? That works there. Don't forget, you have another half, Alex. Yeah, I know. We're probably not going to have enough of these. Truth be told. Actually, I still have some keycaps on this. Could just utilize some of these guys. Take the icon mod from the board. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm just going to put whatever we can here. We'll just do our best to kind of fill it in. Like I said, not a big deal if we can't fill this in nicely. I am not going to lose sleep. I think Redline probably would have had enough mods. Oh my goodness. You know what? It might have. Honestly, Redline might have had enough modifiers so they have extra kits for that. But we're still going to make this work, okay? We're still going to make this work. Even if it doesn't look super good with all the Polybius stuff, we'll make it happen. Not okay? Oh my god. Chat, we are not using Redline. Oh my god. Adam, leave people alone, man. Adam's bullying. Straight up bullying. I know that's supposed to be a bracket according to the layout here, but whatever. Technically just need 2 more at this point, which is perfect. So let's put 2 more is all we need. What should we put here for the last 2? These don't work. These were the wrong profiles. Okay, we're just gonna put this here for the time being, and we'll put an extra B for funsies. There we go. All right. Cheese pillow is a gift. Classic Polybius lover mistake. Oh gosh. You guys, don't bully me for liking Polybius. Polybius is a nice set. It's done no harm to anybody. Gio, I don't know if you're still there. Was there cables that came with this? Or should I just use any old cables at this point? This looks cool. Yeah, I agree. This looks it's pretty dope. It's pretty interesting looking. Yeah, okay, let me go find some cables then. I wasn't too sure, and I was gonna prep them before stream, but I wasn't too sure. Maybe we'll just use this. You know what? Fuck it. I have 2 of these orange cables. Maybe we'll just use these. I would have sent some. It's okay, it's okay. I have lots of cables. We have lots. We'll make it work. Ain't no big deal. All right. Now, I guess the question is, although maybe this cable's too long. Let me see if I have a shorter cable, like a really short USB-C cable. One sec, guys. Let me see what I got. Bucket full of cables here, so I'm sure I have something short. These all look like pretty standard lengths to me, though. No. Something a little shorter is what I need, though. I might have to use this orange one. That's okay. We'll use this orange one. Everything I have is just way too long. Alex likes them long. Okay, thankfully, I appreciate this about this keyboard. It does have a little bit of a long, nicer, a little bit wider open cable port here on the back. So it can still work with these chunkier cables, which is very, very, very nice. I really appreciate that. And let's just plug it into this guy. Oh, this is cool, actually. This is super dope. I'm kind of vibing with this. Wider around the back. Yeah, the recessed area for the USB-C, they made a good length or a good width here. Wait, so you have to connect the 2 ports with a cable, then plug it in to connect it to the PC? Correct. Or, alternatively, I don't know why you'd want to do this, but you can technically plug in both keyboards separately. I don't know why you'd want to do that, though. But I think you would want to get, I think it comes with a cable anyways. You'd probably want to use something a little bit shorter than this. This seems like a lot of extra cable. That sounds terrible. It's not too bad, actually. It's really not that bad, especially if you're going to be, you know, doing this. Cool. I think you could cable manage that setup cleaner. I'm planning to daily it. Probably could just put like this thing around it too. You know, you could just like have this here. If you really wanted to clean it up a little bit, kind of make sure it doesn't move around. Where's the spacebar? Here. Actually, I don't know what the spacebar is bound to. I don't know what they have spacebar bound to. Although, I think the layout of this is registering as D and this is F. So I don't know if I did something wrong here. Did I do something wrong? No, this should be D over here. I don't know. Let me see if this is in VIA right now. Let's see. What does VIA have? It just remap it? Yeah. I don't have a file for it. VIA recognizes it, but it needs a JSON file. So I guess I'd have to type. Let's see if it's in vial. Everything's like over 1. Which one is? This is backspace here. Vial rocks. Sounds great. Yeah, it's already sounding pretty nice. It might be in vial already. Hold on, it's starting up. No, it's not in vial either. Okay. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I can type on this properly because I think everything's shifted over 1. So not that I probably could anyways. But let's unplug it for now. It clearly works. I just need to remap it all, which could be half the fun for some people. We're using deepening switches for this. I guess let's see how this sounds in the Altair. So this has a very, again, to kind of go over some quick notes about the keyboard, in case you're just tuning in, this has a unique mounting style. The gaskets are actually sitting on the bottom of the PCB, and then everything's aligned with screws. It's a one-piece case design. I do think this is quite pretty as well. It has some brass weights here on the bottom, as you guys can kind of see here. And then it kind of gives me a little bit of a, well, there's a little scuff on the side here. It's okay, these are prototypes. Kind of gives me a bit of an Andromeda kind of feel with this big curve here on the butt. So, quite nice. Surprising sound profile already from the alphas. I'm guessing this would be comfortable for a spacebar right over here. I don't know if you'd want to reach for this one. For me, anyways. You need, I'm just clicking random keys right now because you really need to kind of figure out what you want to do here for layouts and all that. This is comfortable though. Like, I think I can easily play video games on this nicely. There's no spacebar to talk about at all here, so there's going to be no modifier sound profiles. It's just going to be alphas everywhere, technically. It does sound good for the alphas. It feels really good too. It has a bit of a bounce to it. Absorbs shock nicely. They did a good balancing between putting the screws into the bottom and then not having it reverberate the plate and including the gaskets. I know that's something Mode couldn't quite get right on the Envoy. You kind of had to get rid of the screws or half twist them in only. Stabs need a bit of tuning. Thanks, Lane. I mean, the alphas sound really good. Yeah, I would really need to get used to this. Such a different layout. Definitely works best on dented desks. Okay, dude. Okay there, buddy. Sounds great. It's a cool project. Again, it's going to be a bit more niche. I'm happy that they came out with this though, because I think there are going to be lots of people who are probably going to be interested in this. I mean, there's a few people in chat we saw as well. It looks like they have these binded to space bars, but at the current point of me plugging this in, everything seemed to be shifted over one layout wise. I'd have to go in and rebind things, but I don't have a file for that. So price wise is going to be not too bad for entry level over here. It starts at 300 for the three row, or I guess 4 row technically, including the bottom. And then this particular one is the Altair, so this is 5 row. This starts at 315. Fun. Again, I think the two biggest selling points of this keyboard, the two biggest selling points are is if I wanted to, I can use them as independent keyboards, hence the 2 MCUs. I think that's the biggest draw to this keyboard. I know they're pretty as well. You know, you get this beautiful, again, very Andromeda inspired in my opinion. Biggest draw for me is I can use these separately. You know, effectively, you're kind of getting 2 keyboards in a lot of ways. That's the coolest thing about this. Yeah, you can technically just plug one in over here, maybe keep it as a macro pad or something. Maybe bring this to another room if you wanted to. Or just combine them, because they have the way to kind of daisy chain them together as well. Fun. I appreciate this. Again, the only thing I think maybe I'd like to see changed a little schmidge. It's such a minor thing, and I don't even know if you really need to in this case, is those cables on the inside. So the ribbon cables. I know why they're there. We already talked about it, but it's cool. This allows you to get more natural positioning. Is this new? So yes, this is going to be new. Group buy starts in a few days, I think a week. And then, yeah, this could be really great too for people who want to sit more naturally. So when we normally type on a keyboard, you know, we have to bring our wrists in like this sometimes. With this, you can kind of position them to be a little bit more natural and type with your arms not pronating inwards, which could help as well. Ergonomics to some stuff if you find like maybe a regular keyboard really bothers you. If you rub them together, does it make a third keyboard? I don't know about that one there. If you think this is just a macro pad, you're thinking too small, to be honest. I actually agree with that. I think there's a lot of use case potential for this. I think there is a lot of things you can end up doing with this. A lot. And I have a feeling this, if I'm gonna predict something, this is probably gonna not, like, I don't think people are gonna see this and immediately go run to buy it. I hope people do, because I think this is a really dope project. I think there's a lot of love that went into this. Again, if you guys want to read some of the history of this board, would I consider it history? Yeah, a little bit of the history. I would 1000% go take a look at the web page for this. I have it on the !build command. This has been a close to 5-year project. So I can read you some. Oh, what the hell happened? What just happened to my monitor here? We good? Do we hear each other? That's weird. My thing just freaked out. Okay. Mute it. We're not mute it. Leave me alone. Alcina's simulation is disappearing. The thing like glitched out my screen. I was opening up. I was closing Vile. Sounds way better than expected. So that was my main point of curiosity. Yeah, I agree. He is the one. The case is such a new design. Any idea when it's going to be available? I believe the 29th, right? That's what they said. Let me double check. All the info is an !build, by the way. Yeah, the 29th, I believe. Okay. So, started off in 2018 with finding inspiration from Tokyo keyboard meetups, where the vast majority of keyboards on display were ergonomic. So that's kind of when this kind of kicked off. Command doesn't work. !build should work. !build. And then building the ergonomic factor and high-end custom keyboard, the Orbit split design keyboard was designed and sold as a semi-private group buy. So that was the very first iteration of this was called the Orbit. In 2019, the original Orbit design was revised based on feedback, such as moving the interconnected cable to the rear for greater freedom of placement. So there's some design changes, and it was also finalized as the Orbit X. 2020-21, the Orbit X design was once again revised, this time based on a year of real-world usage as a daily driver. Internals were overhauled to remove stiff points near plate mounting points, and acoustics were brought up to comparable standards against newer designs, which is awesome. And then we have basically now, oh sorry, I guess the new design is finalized as the Altair X, and a variant with a number was developed as the Altair. And then we fast forward to now, so the last 2 years, so 2022 and 2023, I guess technically 3 years. The Altair X was used extensively as a daily driver for almost 2 years and was subject to real-world reliability tests such as robustness in shipping, transport. Robustness in shipping and transport. That I'm not quite understanding what in shipping means. ESD handling in the winter. Oh, I guess really just bringing it around. Maybe AIO3 just brought it around. ESD handling in the winter and heavy usage for designing and other keyboard writing software. Minor issues were addressed, and then you have the new revision now. It's a pretty cool story. It seems like this was, again, very much a labor of love across the entire thing, which is fucking awesome. So very, very cool. Very, very awesome little project. I'm personally pretty pumped up for it myself. Those AM Hatsus costed $3,500. Really? That's how much that thing was? I never really got too into that particular board, so. And then also, if you guys want, it does come with foams. I don't think. Do you guys think this needs foams? I don't think so. It's super nice. Nah, these definitely, I mean, you can always use these as modifiers if you end up choosing to do so. And there's a desk pad made for it that charges it wirelessly. Yeah, I remember that part. What just transpired in chat? You guys clicking a whole bunch of things that didn't work. I saw it all. I was not blind to that. Great job. I think AO3 nailed it with this. There's the side profile if you guys wanted to see again. We'll zoom in a bit here. Oh. In case you guys wanted to see it one last time here, here's how the keyboard looks. Side profiles of it. Oh, come on, camera, stop shaking. It's a nice looking board. I think, again, they really knocked it out of the park with this. Yeah, I agree, mod musings as well. I know you said this earlier, but the colors of this is quite nice too. I still wouldn't consider this a dark gray. This almost looks like it has a blue in it. I strongly agree that it has a blue, or strongly think that it has a blue in it. Very pretty. Very, very, very pretty. Does it have a slightly tented angle? No, and I believe in the FAQ for this board, someone had mentioned, will this be tented? And the answer was also no. I suppose if you really want, this would be like something that I'm thinking of on the fly here. You could, if I just grab some of these, I don't know, silicone blocks that I have, you technically could just get yourself a thicker foot for the keyboard and kind of tent it yourself, if that makes sense. You could do that. Yeah, I'm just grabbing some lettuce blocks. You could 3D print something, or you could just grab a thicker foot and you could tent this yourself if you wanted to get something tented. But will this come factory tented? It seems like the answer is no. I don't know, for $315, I think this is a really cool project. Really cool, really awesome project. All right, this was fun looking at this. Very different from what we normally get. Very, very different here. So I'm very happy that we got to look at this today. I think that this is a phenomenal, cool, almost niche, but it's a niche within a niche, really. It's a cool project, though. Alex is making, what the hell? Says no go on tenting. Yeah. I mean, I think, again, for people who are wondering if you guys want all like the little questions answered, there's an FAQ thing on the actual page with a lot of these answers. I wish we could have more screw-in feet in the hobby. It shouldn't affect sound and should look good with matching screw to hide the hole for people who don't use it. Oh, do you mean in like two-piece designs? Luckily, this is a one-piece design, so there's no additional screws other than what's kind of holding the PCB in place. All right, though, guys. Visiting Canada next month, where should I go, Alex? Depends on where in Canada. Depends where. There's a lot of interesting places. I'm also not too familiar with all the places here myself. I need to explore Canada more too. Go to Alex's condo. Thanks, Adam. No, I don't think the Bower Light needs foam at all. In big boards as well, like the KMAC one, height adjusting feet, that'd be really cool, but I'm sure there's a reason why they don't want to tent this. From an aesthetic point of view too, might be hard to implement, and also would add cost if it was something more than just adding a foot, you know. I asked this question about a week ago. There's a lot to do. Yeah, there's a lot. We can be here for another like 20 minutes, 30 minutes talking about that. Is this board a Flamingo approved by? I would say there's not a whole lot that I don't like about this. I think this sounds good. Obviously, this has a particular layout that you're going to hate or love. It's going to take some getting used to. You have to be realistic in that sense. It's a pretty looking keyboard with a good front height to it. Good overall design. It's clearly been thoughtfully tested as well by AIO3. I would say this is pretty much an approved buy for $315. I mean, it's not bad. You're getting, again, brass weights in this, good visual design. It's not just a basic kind of, you know, rectangle in this kind of sense. I would say this is, if you guys want to use flamingos, flamingo approved, okay? It's gorgeous. It's a nice looking board. Flamingo math question. Yeah. Can you fit one half of this keyboard in your pocket? I mean, I can fit it in my sweater pocket. Does that count? It won't fit in my regular pocket. Actually, no, it does fit in my regular pocket. That's pretty crazy. It does. I think my pockets are kind of wide though. All right though, guys. That's pretty much the stream. What happened on some? I don't know. I gotta go look what happened on the stream. It's like a phone, kinda. Cool little board from Cannon Keys. If you guys are interested in it, check out Cannon Keys. I think my my stream is being a little wonky right now. I think my internet's starting to be weird. Have a good night, guys. Or I guess good afternoon, good night, wherever you guys are from in the world. Fun little stream here. Let's go see if we can go raid. I'm glad I ended here from the Simon raid. Altair looks really cool. Have a nice day. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for everyone who tuned in. Thanks for the follows today. Thanks for the subs. I really do appreciate it, everybody. The subs, I really... That's me talking. Thank you, everyone. Seriously appreciate it. I think Booth and I is streaming right now, so we can go raid her. We haven't seen her on Twitch in a while. Chill Sunday stream. Have a good weekend. Hell yeah, dude. Everyone have a great rest of your weekend. I keep forgetting it's Sunday today. That's crazy. Have a good rest of your weekend. I'm probably going to go chill out here a little bit. I've been trying to take this weekend to myself a little bit. So... haven't really been doing too much, although I'll probably end up working or something. Bye, everybody. Love you and see you very, very, very soon. See you guys.